Running up, I need to fuck. Cause a bitch having me, you hate.
Told her I don't wanna do it, I think this dope is what made me
I said I've been through some shit, I won't fuck up, I won't let it phase me. Been on the road a few times and I go back so money, them niggas won't raise me.
This shit is a game. If you get wicked, them niggas get different when you start to come up and go make a change. Please do not come around asking no questions like why you be riding around with your flame. I will not trust one of these niggas, won't trust one of these niggas. I know you little niggas.
What's good? It's your boy Neil, and you now tuned in with Sudden Moves. Today I'm here with R2R Moe, upcoming artist from Harlem, New York. Talk to me.
For sure. Appreciate y'all for having me. Let's do it. Let's get it.
No Don D. So, before we talk about R2R Moe, the artist, let's talk about his trials and tribulations. So, coming from Harlem, New York, talk to me about that.
So, I grew up on the east side of Harlem and Wagner Projects. That's where I spent most of my life. I'm not gonna lie. I was doing regular shit. I'm not gonna lie. Like I was doing. For me, I was playing basketball, going to the park, cool shit.
Yeah.
Then I decided I wanted to play football around high school, and I moved to the west side of Harlem. So I'm back and forth. I'm just Harlem for real. Like that's it. I'm just Harlem.
So before we get deeper into it, I know that you come from a musical background.
For sure.
Your father being an artist.
Yes.
Sudden Moves team, we do our research. So talk to me about that. 55th. Is it 50-50 Chip Mo, 50, right?
50 the real Chips.
All right.
That's his Instagram name. His rap name is Mo Chips.
Mo Chips. Talk to me.
So my pops like been rapping. Like he kind of like, I'm not gonna say, I am gonna say he's a staple in Brooklyn. Like if you go around Brooklyn, you bump into like OGs from Brooklyn. I want to say people that be from there, like Fab, that be around there, Fab, Mano, be around the area he in.
Yeah.
They all know who he is. He got songs with all of them. So he tapped in. And that's not what made me start making music, but he's into that. And that's really where it comes from. Like I know that's where I got it from. So.
And when you was talking about football, you actually went to a D2. You went to a D2 school. So so we're gonna work our way up to it. So going to D2, you playing football, right? And now you're transitioning into music. Now you're 1 foot into music, right? When did you know, all right, let me break out and start music full time?
So that actually wasn't even my choice for real, if we being 1,000% honest. So a couple things went left as like at my ending of high school where I didn't get my transcript back in like the right time. And then when I went to school, I was playing football, and then they came down to like the first game of the season and they pulled me aside and was like, listen, like your transcript is not in. We can't necessarily rule you NCAA eligible. So they ruled me ineligible, and technically I'm not allowed to be near the team if you're not ruled eligible. So for like the last 2 months of the semester, from like October to December, I was just in my dorm. And at the time, I had my studio in my dorm. So them whole 2 months, not having to go to practice, classes is ending because the semester about to be over, I was just able to just cook up, like just be in the room by myself and just make music all day. And then it came down like, do you want to go back, retry out, get your scholarship back, or do you want to just make music? I dropped like 3 songs, and between them 3 songs, it probably had like 300,000 plays. One song was like 225K. One song was like 40K.
And this is a SoundCloud era.
SoundCloud, yeah. One song was like 40K, and then another song was like 50K, 60K. So I'm like, fuck school. Like, I'm not going back to school. Like, it's over. Like,
yeah, so then, all right.
My bad. I ain't even know if I was allowed to curse. I'm allowed to
curse. Fuck it.
All right, bet. My fault. Fuck school.
Nah. Mom, dad, fuck school. Nah, but going back to that, so you So talk to me about the recording process around that time. So you recording in the dorms. Like, how did it starting out? Like the music process starting out. Like, how was did you get it down packed the first try? Like, did it take you some time to grow?
So I actually started getting involved in music while I was in high school. So when I had gotten to college, I already knew what I was doing as far as like mixing my music or engineering or knowing how to work it. It was more so just finding out how to fit time into my schedule between going to class, going to football practice, and then having time to record. But the process didn't really change for me from being in New York to being out there. Like, I was just in my dorm. I had it in the corner, and I had my mic in the corner so it wouldn't echo too much.
Yeah.
And then I would just do my thing, put my headphones on, lock the door. I text my friends in the group chat, don't knock on my door, don't pull up to my room, I'm locked in. And if you all pulling up, don't talk loud. And then, but usually it'll be like 12, 15 people in my room. I used to do studio sessions out of there to get paid too. So out of all of that, that was also helping me like learn new music because there was a lot of Philadelphia people out there went to school in PA and they rap. Before like Too Rare and them came out and doing this, they was like, you know, they do like hardcore rap out there. So when I was doing sessions, they was rapping and that kind of adapted me to rapping. So it was just learning new stuff while I was out there, restarting my process over.
So, and how did so mixing, mastering, talk to me about mixing and mastering, how important that is in a song. How does that play important to a song?
I'm not gonna lie, right? I've heard a lot of good songs, like a lot of good flows, beat good, but the mix is terrible or it might be off key. Like your mastering is important too because that's the volume of your music. So you don't want like, for example, like you don't want your beat to be louder than your voice or you don't want your voice to be louder than your beat. You want that to be even. But mixing is one of the most important parts of your music. Like if you don't have a good mix, it's going to sound terrible. There's nothing you could do about it either.
Okay. So, say fuck school, right?
Fuck school. We back in New York with it.
So, talk to me about the sound. So your sound, I was talking to you out before the camera started rolling. Your sound is quite unique, especially in the New York sense, because we more in a drill scene right now. Mm-hmm. So like, talk to me about your sound and what differentiates you from other artists.
When I first started making music, I was making like love songs, but I was also trying to transition into what I'm making now. Mm-hmm. And drill wasn't as heavy then, so it felt a little easier for me to be able to find my path in it. Over time, drill became super heavy, and then now I'm like, shit, like, I gotta find my footing. Like, where's my place? And then I was still trying to make these, like, Don Toliver kind of sounding songs, like Gunna kind of sounding songs. And then very recently, too, I bumped into Eddie, you know, the producer I'm always with, Eddie Rivers. And he was just introducing me to these new kind of sound of beats, like Cash Cobain, Child Lee kind of beats. I'm like, what's this? So he introduced me to those, and then I'm like, okay, this might be where I could get my foot in here. Right? And then I start rapping on those, and it just came about. Like I like to call my sound like melodic trap, melodic drill, even that. Like I don't like to categorize it as drill, but if we had to, I would say like melodic drill, melodic trap. That's what I'm trying to go for.
So before we talk about the sound, talk to me about you and your relationship with Eddie Rivers, your producer.
That's my brother. And it's crazy, too, because it's like, I'm from the east side, like I said, and Eddie's from the east side. He's from 119th Street. I grew up on 122nd. So we're 3 blocks away from each other. And the crazy part about it is I actually knew Eddie my whole life. Like, when I was younger, I used to go to his block to play basketball with my friends. So we been knew him, and we knew everybody he hung out with. We just wasn't close. Then, full circle, we met back up. He's a producer. I'm a rapper. Boom, we chilling at the crib one day. He got his laptop. It's a mic at the crib. He like, yo, I'm cooking up. You want to get on this? I'm like, let's do it. Cooked up our first song together. The chemistry was there like this. Boom.
So, like, all right, so now going into, because those beats be like, the beats is crazy. How do you find your flow through them? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't just like hop up on a sample and it's like you going crazy. Like, talk to me about like.
We just be vibing. Like, I'm not gonna lie. I wouldn't lie and say Eddie helped me come up with a lot of little stuff that you hear in the song that make the song. Eddie helped me come up with it. Like me and him sitting together in the room, like we just coming up with stuff. Like even if I'm by myself, like it's just I'm thinking of like, all right, this will flow right. Like I remember doing this when I was there. All right, this will sound right. When we was together, it was sounding like this. But it's getting kind of easy to figure it out now because we always together. So it's like, all right. The way he's making the beats are designed for me to flow a certain way.
So now, recording session. Take me through the process of recording session. So how long does it take for you to cook up a song and like the beat, like not even just like to flow with the beat, like the right hooks, the right verse, like.
All right, I'm gonna be honest. nobody's gonna believe me when I say
You
this
one
story.
take Jake? You fucking lying.
I swear to God, I don't write.
You're one take
If
Jake?
I go through my notes right now, it's no written lyrics. Like I don't write anything, and I don't believe in writing. I could write, but I don't believe in writing. So just due to the fact that like I might not feel the same way I'm feeling when I'm writing that song. So let's say I got a studio session on Sunday and I'm writing a song on Thursday. Sunday, I might not feel the same way I felt Thursday when I was writing that song. Sunday, I might not sound the same way I was sounding Thursday when I was thinking about recording it. So I just like to just go in there and however I'm feeling, we just go. So nobody gonna believe me.
Because like usually people be like starting, whether that's starting out or in general, they notes. So like, alright, so is it like when you rap, like when you're rapping, you're going through the flow, is it like you're talking about a situation, or is it just like anything that pops out the head, it's like
anything that pops out my head that goes with the first line, I'm saying it. So if Eddie's playing me a beat and I'm in the back of my head, like the song we just posted is like, I know what I said before, but I don't need you.
Yeah.
And then I'm just sitting there and I'm thinking, okay, I will never lead you on because you'll be see-through. But this is all coming off the top of my head. Like I'm just,
I can understand.
and I'm just thinking about it like, okay, how is this gonna work? I'm just trying to design every next line to go with the first one. So if the first line I'm talking about, I know what I said before, but I don't need you. I got to talk about something not going good between us. I will never lead you on because you'll be see-through. And I know it's hurting you down to the core because I don't need you. It's just coming. Like it just start flowing. That's how we get in the modes.
All right, so what? Take me through your favorite studio session, whether if that was with Eddie or in general, your favorite studio session. Now you was like, yo, we just did our yo, we just did our thing.
All right, it's very recent too. I have a song on the EP I just dropped, the 3-song EP I just dropped called Okay Okay. It's the first song on it. Mm-hmm. We was in my crib for 10 hours. Me, Eddie, Jiggy, and BMO. We was all in my crib for 10 hours. And and this is like a 2-part story. Literally the day before that, we sitting in the hallway, we smoking, me and Eddie. He playing beats. He played that beat. I'm like, yo, this is kind of fire. So we just looking at each other. And I'm like, okay. And he's like, wait. And I'm like, okay. And then we literally made the song just like that. So I'm like, dang, we got to go record.
How long did it take to record that one?
That song, we did that the next day. It took like 30, 45 minutes. That's it. Because we already had the whole idea in our head. I just had to come up with the verse.
I'm looking in the back. Yo, that's crazy.
And it was even better. It was my favorite studio session because we sitting there. Halfway through the song, I look at Jiggy. He like, am I gonna lie, gang? This might be my favorite song. I'm like, wait, out of everything? He like, yeah, this might be my favorite song. We playing it back. Jiggy and Bimo already know all the words to the song. We just finished recording it. I'm like, okay, this might be one. This is super catchy. It's something people could get along with.
Yeah.
But that's my favorite studio session in the past couple months.
So like, going through like your going throughout the process of becoming an artist, right? You realize you gain a lot of buzz and traction. So like, when was that like first like moment like, yo, damn, I'm really him. Like I'm really him, dog.
My first real moment feeling like that. I'm locked in, Ken and Talil.
Yeah.
There was a challenge he was doing at the time, and it was a song I dropped called Gunsmoke. And that was before I even dropped the song, they was in the crib listening to it, and Tyler was like, yo, we got to make a challenge to this. It's going to go crazy. So I'm like, all right, bet, let's do it. So he's like, he calls me. He's like, yo, you got to drop the song on SoundCloud so people could go crazy to it.
Yeah.
I dropped the song. He posts a video. It goes viral. Just like that. Boom. Post a video of him doing a little dance. Lil Tecca, Paso Flaco, they both said something on it because they was trying to say Lil copied his dance. But me and Paso locked in, so it's not like, that's my mans now.
But you just letting it?
Yeah, but just letting it be known.
No,
it was viral. It went viral.
Beef,
For me, if they was able to see it at that time,
yeah,
it went viral for me. So that song is at like 220K and counting, like no cosigns, no famous people posting it, like just us.
And then talk about like the process of becoming like going up in the ranks. Like talk to me about the management. You and your I know you were Banks management. Shout out to JD Banks. So talk about that relationship. How did that form apart?
I met JD through well, first, remember, like I said, I was locked in with like Talil and Ken. Those were the first real two people I got introduced to with music. And then from Talil, he known so many managers and A&Rs from him doing his Instagram thing. I bumped into another dude named Casso. I'm not managed by him now. I'm not really, we not cool no more. But time went on with him. He introduced me to JD. And then JD, off the rip, as soon as he met me, he's like, yo, like this is crazy. Like I never heard no music like this yet.
Yeah. So
then he's listening. He's like, all right, I want to work with him. Like we tapped in, and we've been tapped in since like last May. And now I'm working with this team. I'm working with a team, an A&R from Toronto named Shaq Diesel. So I'm getting that all incorporated together, like Banks Management with Diesel Collective. That's gonna be my new management.
So and then before we get into the logistics of that, I remember. I'm going to give you your flowers because I'm like, yo, it's me and my man's Ashton. We listen to music. And I'm like, all right, your thing come to play, right? We listen to Debathia with UK Bell. I'm like,
groovy.
Fucking with it. Then I listened to, a couple months later, Boondocks with you and TJ Porter.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, and we're going to get into that. I'm like, yo, I'm like, and every time I'm in the crib, I'm just running down. We're doing this. No, don't introduce me to those single bitches. No, I do not want to date them
at all.
And then you just kept going. And then you drop Road to Riches Volume 1, Rag to Riches Volume 1. And then I'm listening to it.
Road to Riches Volume 1.
Road to Riches Volume 1.
R2R.
And I'm like, and there was this one specific song, Tony Hawk. And it's crazy because me and my brother, this is how my brother got into it. So I'm listening to it. And we come to the studio. So I'm like, bad. And I'm like, everyone's like, yo, this shit's tough. Who is that? I'm like, yo, R2R Moe. And he was like, yo, we got to get him up. I'm like, we got to get him up. Then here we are today.
Sure.
Wait, before we go into that, right? Why was it taken down? Because I realized it was taken down.
So, like I was talking about before, the Casso, it was him and another, not even going to speak too much on that, but I was in some paperwork with them since I was like 18. I was in like paperwork with them, like right as soon as I turned 18, and it was like BS paperwork. So like, I don't even know. We still trying to figure out to this day how he was able to get it down, but it was like a cease and desist kind of thing. Like he was able to just like kind of put a claim on it as if it was his and just get it taken down. But
and for the other people who are upcoming artists that's aspiring to become an artist, talk to me about
do not sign no paperwork. Don't sign no paperwork at all. It don't matter. I don't care if they telling you they could have $1 million on the table right in front of you in a paper. Don't sign that paper. It's always something behind it. Always. It's always something behind it. And if you are thinking about signing any papers or logging in with any management or any labels, make sure you have somebody who is knows a lot about the music industry and the business, because it's a lot of little zigzags and back doors in this game. And I'm not even in it yet. And I'm telling you that.
And have you ever like seen somebody encounter that, and how did you react off that? Because people signing deals, not saying like whether if that's like 360 deals, not saying a 360 deal is bad, but then it's deals where it's like the artists get fucked over because they didn't read over paperwork. And so like, have you ever came across that?
I've seen situations like that all the time. I'm not gonna name them, but it's situations where somebody might sign to a label, right? All right, let's say I'm gonna put myself in that person's shoes. Let's say I sign to a label tomorrow, a random label, cool, and they're offering me, we want a $250,000. We're gonna give you $250,000 in return for the distribution of your first tape. All right, cool, let's do it. Boom, I sign that deal. They give me my $250. I know in the back of my head, my music right now is not accumulating streams to give them $250,000 back.
Because they give you in advance.
So why would I sign that deal? That's how they get you. I don't have the streams right now to get there. Why would I sign with you for 6 months? Let's say we sign a 6-month deal for one project, and I give you that project. Cool, we drop that. You give me my $250,000. I know right now I'm not accumulating the streams to make $250,000 back over royalties, like what I make from my plays. Okay, I could go viral tomorrow, but there's no telling that's gonna happen.
And dig a deeper hole into that. So like talking about the distribution, publishing, like go into a deeper hole of that. Cause like I feel like what people see on social media was like people with the big chains, the nice cars. It's like, and they sign these big record deals, and it's like they not really up to that status or that stature. So
Right.
talk to me like
That's when they like when for example, like you ever seen when like it might be this big artist and they drop this crazy ass tape, all these big artists on there, and they only do like 30K first week or like 20K first week.
yeah.
That's them trying to get them right, trying to get them able to get their money back, their recoup. They're not able to sell that on their own, like 30K. Imagine
That's off marketing. Their marketing.
that's off the label's marketing. They're not able to do nothing. Like, I'm not gonna mention nobody, but an artist just sold 11K first week and has 3 million followers. On
I know
Instagram.
you're talking about. I'm not gonna say nothing.
That right there is just like that's big
fishy.
picture. Like that don't make sense. 3 million followers. You on every interview platform there could be. You know everybody. You famous. You dated somebody super famous, and you sold 11,000 copies first week. It don't make no sense. It's something. It's something not adding up.
And then, how important is it for artists to understand the music business? Because like I feel like we just go into it where it's like, all right, I'm gonna drop these 3 singles, and it's like, all right, I'm gonna sign the biggest deal. We gonna sign the Interscope for X amount of dollars for distribution or publishing or royalties. Like, how do you feel like it's important to understand the music business aspect instead of just the music itself?
I think it's actually, well, I'm not gonna say that. I feel like once you feel like you know your music is up to par, and you at that point when you feel like you have the sound, I could do this or do that, or you good enough at music to do this, do that, cool. You always supposed to believe in yourself, but you know that moment. When you start feeling like that, you start paying attention to the music business before you just get into anything. Because at the end of the day, these labels have millions and billions of dollars. Mm-hmm. They can give you $1 million right now. It won't hurt their pockets at all. It don't matter. I was just talking to, like I said, I just mentioned Shaq, the new manager I'm working with. He just was telling me, he was like, a label could go give, and K-Flock, we're going to talk about K-Flock. K-Flock signed to my same management as me. A label could go give 20 artists $1 million in hopes of one of them being like K-Flock. They don't necessarily believe in all 20 of y'all, but y'all all 20 gonna get this $1 million. And we know all 20 of y'all might not make this back, but one of y'all are.
So how do you know how do you read between the lines, and how do you read through the grapevine and be like, all right, this label knows what's best for me and sees the value in me? Because I feel like with your sound and with what you got going on, it's like, I was talking to my brother about that the other day. I'm like, yo, bro, he got this shit. It's just like whether a label's gonna be willing to push, and I know you already have that. You know what I'm saying? It's like whether a label's gonna push that and market that, because that's a sound that's not really like, you know what I'm saying? Like everyone's talking about shooting, killing, but it's that sound. So it's like, take me through that.
I feel like it's just having the right people around you who know what they doing and know what's going on involved in the business, and not just people that's just there. Like people that's knowing what's going on, and you just trusting your gut. Like your gut makes the best decisions. So, okay, like you got to mess up a couple times to figure it out. I messed up. I signed paperwork at 18. I shouldn't have did that. But moving forward, I know not to get myself into that situation again. I got the right people around me. I know next time walking into this situation, I know what to look for. I know how to boom, boom, boom. But just like I said, you don't have to make that mistake first. You just got to have the right people around you and trust in your gut. If somebody feel fishy to you, trust me, they fishy. Like there's no ifs, ands, buts about it. If somebody feel like they don't got the right thing going on for you, most likely they don't. It's no reading between the lines there. So,
and another thing too, I feel like there's artists that I realize, especially in New York, it's like we have this like gatekeeper mentality where it's like, all right, if we do a collab together, this is you and I know this is gonna go big, and I'm gonna be the one that's gonna help that song. Like say for instance, you do a song with I'm not gonna say no names. Don't say no. You did that though, right?
No names.
rapper X, right? You know you gonna do your shit on that track.
Right.
But you gonna do your thing on that track. And it's like, but he has the status. It's like, I feel like people don't want to come together. So it's like, talk to me about that. Has there ever been like obstacles that you have to jump with like featuring artists? So like big artists especially in New York.
Absolutely. That's how it is. It's like everybody, and I don't blame nobody for it. Like, I'm not that type of person, but I don't blame nobody who do it, because it's like, you got, like, this is like a war right now. Like, New York, making music in New York is like, every corner you turn, somebody's an artist. You're going to bump into somebody on the corner who make music. You're going to bump into somebody on another corner who make music. I'm not saying it's the right thing to do, but I'm saying, like them gatekeeping their status, like, I feel like they trying to figure out where they want to be first before they start helping other people get where they need to be.
You think that's, like, you think that should be that way?
No,
like,
absolutely not. Absolutely not, but it's not going to change.
But then that's on, and with that point, it's like, I feel like that's an insecurity they have within themselves. It's like a simple fact that, like, all right, rapper X is pop and he got a million followers on Instagram. His streams are somewhat doing good. He's doing 100K each and every episode. But then I know you have that sound, and it's like, I know, all right, rapper X is like, all right, you know what? He might get that out of me. Like, he might take my followers. So it's like, I'm not going to do that at all. I feel like it shouldn't be that way, because it's like, now it helps you grow. Now y'all build a connection.
Right, absolutely. I look at features like, not like competition, but we helping each other get better. Yeah. So if we both getting on a song together, all right, this may not be your type of thing, but if I get on there and do my thing, you don't have a choice whether you get on there and do your thing, because when people drop their song, they're going to point that out. So now it becomes like all right, you got to go as best as you can to match as best as I can. And that's how I treat every feature. Like, even with my closest friends, the song, like Ken, for example. Me and Ken are always locked in. And at first, our songs didn't sound too crazy together, because he was on like an R&B vibe, and I was trying to violate every song. Then it became like okay, feel me? I'm getting on this. I'm about to try to violate. You got to try to violate too. If you getting on this, like, all right, I want to sing a little bit. You saw this song, I want to sing a little bit. All right, let me match your energy. Boom. It got to be like that. Other than that, it's not really going to work out. So.
And another question as well, has there ever been, I'm not saying that has there ever been, but is there labels that's willing to talk, like, that's talking to you right now, like, through the grapevine, like, and you don't have to go too in depth, but you can talk about the situation, but not the name.
Yeah, a little while back, but it's not really what I'm necessarily looking for. But I also kind of I'm not going to say that I don't want to sign to a label, but I want to get myself together myself. Like, I don't want to have no help doing it. I want to build it straight from the bottom. But we inquired with a couple labels, like, couple labels messing with us, couple, like, joint ventures, like how Highbridge is with, not necessarily Highbridge though, but like joint ventures mess with us. I was supposed to write for an artist, a part of a joint venture a little while back. Like, we tapped in. It's just about, like, how I want to go about it. And I don't feel like I'm ready yet to, like, you know what I'm saying? I want to get it going. Like, I want to really get it going. We got a little buzz in New York, cool, but I want to really get it going before I even inquire with anybody.
So then, going before, like, talking about that, like, when you were talking about the buzz, like, yeah, I got New York on a smash right now. But who are some artists that you want to tap in with, whether if that's in different regions and different states and et cetera?
I want to tap in, of course, Cash and Child.
Them niggas is, yeah.
I gotta tap in with Cash.
That would be make it happen.
Cash, Child,
make
Lonnie.
that happen.
I was just in Toronto with Child and Lonnie. We was both booked for the same event. We performed together. Like,
that gotta happen.
So I performed and then he went. So it was like, we gotta tap in. So I want to lock in with them, of course. I want to lock in with Don and Trav, Don Tolliver, Travis Scott. So Fago. That's really it. Those are the five biggest names in my head. If I just said 5 people, 6, including Lonnie. Those are 6 biggest names in my head. For real.
Travis. Cause, like, I see the Don Tolliver. Like, you like like a good comparison, even though like the name, like situations is going on, can't speak on such. Like when I looked at you and I like, you resemble a lot of Gunna. Like it's just that swag, that like smooth. Yeah, it's like
It's real smooth. That's my inspirations though. If you
and Juice WRLD too.
Yes.
A little like, yo, trust me, I'm in too.
Those are my three though: Don, Gunna, and Juice. Like, if I'm making a song, like before I was tapped in with Eddie, if I'm looking for beats, I'm typing in Don X Gunna, Gunna X Juice, Juice X Don. Those are the only three I'm searching to find beats. Like, and then Eddie got me on a new wave. But those are my inspirations for real. Those three people.
And then, so give advice for the artists that's coming up right now. What would be some advice that you would give to them?
Keep pushing. Like, keep pushing. It might be a time where you feel like nothing's going. You don't got people listening. You dropping this, dropping that. You feel like you making the best music in the world and nobody paying attention. It's people paying attention. You may not realize it. You got to remember, like, we in New York. And this is like, I know I'm supposed to be speaking generally, but I'm speaking specifically right now targeted to New York artists because I'm from New York. New York is not the type of place where everybody's going to show you love. We know that. Like,
Fact.
Everybody's not going to show you love. They're going to be labeled as, you know what, that's how it go. Like, your own friends might not even show you the same support you expecting. Keep going. Somebody's watching. Like, when I had fans in New York, I had fans in PA. I have fans in Canada. I have fans in places I would never expect to have fans at. Keep going. Like, anything you dropping, people is watching. It may not feel like it, but people is watching. And it's only going to get better.
And that's funny you said that too, because the people that support you most is people that really is not like, that really don't know you. But the people that you thought you like, you know what, that's my dog. Like, he gonna rock with me.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Have
That's
you
how
lost
it go.
friends throughout the process of everything?
Yeah, of course, but I've lost friends. I've lost friends more so on the note of myself, like being on some like, I hold grudges. I'm gonna keep it all the way 1,000. I hold grudges, so it might have even been on some like, somebody page might pop up, like it might like something, I might comment, and I might see it, and I'm thinking back like, you wasn't doing this like a month ago. You wasn't doing this like 2 months ago. Like, It's quiet. Like, it's over. Like, you're done. Just like that. But that's how I be feeling. I don't know why. It's just weird. But I feel like that every day. I don't follow mad people every day just because of that. Like, I think back.
Just the little shit. Like,
There's little stuff like, all right, you see everybody sharing me now, and now you want to share it. Or you see everybody commenting, or all your friends is commenting on it now. Now you want to comment. But I remember you not commenting 3 months ago, or 4 months ago, or 5 months ago, and you've been following me for a year. You're done. It's over. Just like that.
how fast did you think you would get up to this point? Like, because and especially the growth. It's like, I don't think people understand the growth. Like, I was to the trust me, I do my research. Doomed, the song that you did,
Doing freestyle.
doing freestyle, and then like to now, it was like.
I appreciate that.
Nah, no doubt indeed. So it's like, talk to me about the growth and how did you see it coming this fast? Like,
my friends could say this all the time. Like, I never ever see anything. Like, I always feel like nothing's happening. I don't know why. I don't know. I don't know, bro. Like, I don't know what I'm waiting for to make it be like, oh shit, I'm doing it. Like, I don't know what it's gonna be to make me feel like that. But everything else just feels like, all right, like, we getting somewhere, but it's not there yet. Like, I don't knock my success at all, and I'm in the humblest way possible. Like, I'm grateful, thankful for everything I've been involved in. But I know when I'm going to feel like that guy, it's not there just yet. Like, it's like 80%. Like, something's missing. But it's coming. Okay. And then as far as, like my growth, like, I don't know. I don't even know how it happened, but like I said earlier, I contribute a big part of it to being in PA, like being in that dorm room and being with so many different like people who were trying to rap at the time from different states and different, like hearing so many different sounds. All of that incorporated into my sound, plus what I'm already accustomed to, got me to where I'm at now. So a big part of me what I'm doing now is I shout out East Stroudsburg University and everybody who was there.
So everyone got a legacy. I mean, I'm gonna talk for. I feel like I'm gonna talk about me, and I'm gonna go back to you. Like legacy that I want to leave behind, especially in the broadcasting space. 'Cause I don't like using the word podcasting space, but with me and my three brothers, both my brothers, it's like we grew up. That's my over there. That's my brother, and then after that, my cousin. That's really my brother. We grew up together. Like slept in the same bed, showered together, fought together, shared the same clothes together at one point. So it's like doing it with them and having conversations and touching souls of people. That's like my legacy that I want to leave behind. Not only that, doing it at a higher scale where it's like we talking to other people, whether if that's people of status or people that touch the souls of other people. So what is the legacy that you want to leave behind to the people? And the music staple itself. It's a deep question, but
I just want to leave behind like long-lasting good music. Like that's it. And I want to be able to. I want people to be able to say like they seen me and my brothers like build this from the bottom up. Like no cosigns. There's no famous people posting us. We don't pay none of these blog pages to repost us. Like this is just off the basis of they see what's going on. Like they don't have a choice. So like those are my two most important things. Like I want to leave behind long-lasting generational music, and when this is all said and done, I want my flowers. Like we plan on changing the world with this. Like this new sound we got, type of beats we rapping on, everything is just new, like organic. Nobody else is doing what we doing, and with time, and everybody's gonna see that. That's that. I just want people to give us our flowers when we get there. For me,
for real. And let them know where people let people know where they can find you at, whether on social media, etc.
I'm not gonna lie, y'all. I just started messing with this TikTok thing, and I've been messing with Twitter a little bit. But you could search me on everything like Instagram. Only thing I don't got is Facebook, but Instagram, Twitter, TikTok.
I used to go Facebook crazy.
Nah, Facebook is dirt. I'm not gonna lie.
I used to go back then. Niggas was going Facebook crazy.
Facebook was alright back then.
Back then, though.
I always been lit on like Instagram, Snapchat, and then Snapchat died out, so now it's just me and IG.
Instagram
for me, that's it. But I got anything. You can search me up on anything. You're gonna find it. R2R Moe. YouTube, all platforms, Instagram, Twitter, whatever.
And check out his new song, Judy. His links is gonna be in the description.
For sure.
Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, turn on post notifications. We're on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. All his links will be in the description. Get with us or get lost. We out.